President Biden will be speaking from the White House, Alex, about lowering health care costs.
Yes, and he will do so with a little bit of a victory lap because today the Biden administration released the names of 10 prescription drugs that will be now subject to the negotiating power of Medicare, a huge part of bringing those drug costs down. And the government expects that on average, prices will be slashed in half. Bloomberg News healthcare reporter John Tozzi joins us now. Okay, this was kind of expected, but the what in it was different. So what did we learn today from the Biden administration?
Well, what we learned is the list of these 10 drugs that will be subject to price negotiations from Medicare for the first time. We had a sense of what drugs might be on the list ahead of time based on the criteria in the law that the U.S. uses to select the drugs, but there were a few unexpected names on the list. In general, though, these are all older drugs that have been on the market for a long time and that a lot of people take and cost taxpayers a lot of money.
Are there any companies in particular, John, that maybe are going to be harder hit from this than others?
Well, we're seeing, on the list are names of all sorts of the big pharma companies, drugs from Lilly, Johnson & Johnson, Merck, AstraZeneca are all subject to negotiations. Johnson & Johnson is a little bit surprising here. One of their drugs, an autoimmune therapy called Stelara, wasn't on a lot of analysts' prediction lists because it is facing lower cost competition coming online in the next couple of years. One of the interesting things about this is many of these drugs are kind of reaching the end of their periods of exclusivity or their patent lives. So they're going to face competition anyway. Medicare is sort of stepping in maybe a little earlier than that competition and is going to kind of impose some price controls.
Who benefits? I mean, I know you're going to say like the person who's buying the drugs, but is that the case, or is just the government's going to have to pay less?
Yeah, I mean, the primary beneficiaries here are taxpayers in the U.S. government. The Congressional Budget Office estimates this is going to save about $100 billion through 2031. That's obviously money that the pharma industry won't get, and they're upset about that. The actual impact out of pocket to patients is a little less clear, partly because there are other moving parts to the policy that affect what patients are going to pay.